The ideal person is expected to enjoy companionship, flourish in social settings, and feel recharged by crowds, conversations, and constant interaction. We're taught that if you don't like having guests over, if you prefer solitude over company, then something must be off with you. You must be flawed somehow. You must require fixing. But here's the beautiful irony. Those who feel uneasy with visitors often understand something deep about the flow of energy, about the structure of the self, about the sacred essence of personal space. They're not escaping life. They're guarding something valuable. They're honoring a truth that the endlessly social, always available, forever entertaining crowd has completely lost sight of. Your home isn't just four walls and a roof. It's not merely a place where you store belongings and rest at night. Your home is a mirror of you. It's the tangible expression of your inner universe. Every room, every corner, every silent nook echoes some aspect of your mind. And when someone steps into that space, they're not simply entering a door. They're crossing a passage into your spirit itself. Think about it. When you come home after a long day of wearing your social mask, playing your many roles, being the worker, the companion, the dependable adult, what are you truly doing? You're returning to your essence. You're removing the disguise. You're lowering your defenses. You're finally exhaling. Your home is the one place where you stop acting and begin existing. And then the doorbell rings. Instantly, you have to put the mask back on. You must awaken what I call the social persona. That version of you that knows how to chat politely, how to smile, how to play the courteous host. Even inside your refuge, you're pulled back into performance mode. Is it any surprise you resist this? Is it shocking that a part of you pulls away? But let's go a bit deeper. Because the unease you feel around guests isn't only about conserving your energy or protecting your calm, though both are completely legitimate. It's about something even more essential. It's about how you're designed at your very core. There are essentially two ways human beings engage with the world. Some people draw energy from the external. They're energized by connection, by excitement, by the presence of people. Put them in a crowded room and they sparkle like fireworks. They thrive on the external. The outer world replenishes their reserves. But others, and maybe you're one of them, operate in the complete reverse. Your strength rises from within. You're restored by stillness, by quiet, by the lack of outer pressure. The world beyond your walls doesn't fill you. It exhausts you. And your home, your sanctuary, is where you return to recharge your spirit. Once you grasp this, everything looks different. You're not being cold when you avoid company. You're not unfriendly for choosing emptiness over noise. You're simply respecting the unique rhythm of your own being. A cello doesn't regret not sounding like a trumpet. A mountain doesn't apologize for standing tall. And you have no reason to apologize for craving solitude, the way others crave attention. Now, here's where things grow truly fascinating. Your hesitation about having guests might also reveal something deeper about your inner condition. You see, each of us carries what I call the shadow, the hidden parts of our psyche we've yet to confront, the emotions we've buried, the wounds we've ignored, the traits we've hidden, because the world once told us they were unacceptable. And when someone enters your domain, especially if you're sensitive, especially if you're aware, this isn't rudeness. It's your mind's instinct to safeguard its balance. Your subconscious knows you're not prepared to have certain layers disturbed. You're still mapping your inner world, and another person's energy makes that process chaotic. Picture it this way. You're piecing together a fragile jigsaw puzzle. The pieces are arranged just right, the image is emerging, and suddenly someone bumps the table. Everything scatters. You must begin again. That's what unexpected visitors can feel like when you're deeply engaged in the art of self-discovery. But there's also another layer that few ever mention, the symbolic one. Your house isn't merely a structure, it's a representation of your soul. In dreams, whenever you see a house, you're actually dreaming of yourself. The mask we wear in society, the polite version of us we display, isn't exactly false, but it's incomplete. It's a survival tool. The living room represents the face you show the world. The bedroom holds your tenderness, your secrecy, your truth. When someone crosses that boundary and enters your home, they're walking on sacred ground. They're stepping into the shrine of your being. And if you're the kind of person who values introspection, who's striving to know yourself and map the depths of your spirit, then visitors can feel intrusive, even if they mean well, even if you care for them deeply. Because the genuine work of becoming who you are happens in solitude. It unfolds in quiet. It thrives when you're alone with your emotions, your doubts, your reflections, your shadows. It happens when there's no audience to impress, no one to satisfy, no expectations pressing down on your soul. And this brings us to something essential. The mask we wear among others, the public face we present, isn't exactly false, but it's not the full picture either. It's a practical adaptation. Who declared that the perfect person must be endlessly approachable, forever receptive, always eager for company? The truth is, some of us are designed for a different purpose. Some of us are built to explore depth rather than breadth. Yet, when that mask stays on too long, even inside our own walls, we begin to drift away from the person we truly are underneath. Every time you open your door to a guest when your heart isn't in it, every time you force a smile and make small talk when what you crave is quiet, every time you act cheerful while your inner self longs for stillness, you betray your essence. You're choosing the comfort of social approval over the honesty of your own spirit. And here lies the snare. You've likely practiced this for so many years that solitude now feels like a guilty pleasure. You convince yourself something is broken within you. You tell yourself you should enjoy visitors, should be more gracious, more inviting, more outgoing. But who says so? Who created that expectation? Who decided that being constantly reachable, forever open, always ready for others is the gold standard of humanity? The reality is, some of us are wired for another calling. Some of us are destined to dig deeper instead of stretching wider. Some of us are meant to understand a handful of souls profoundly instead of countless ones superficially. Some of us are supposed to spend long, quiet hours in our own company, not from disdain for people, but because solitude is where our truest creation, reflection, and healing happen. There exists an ancient symbol, a timeless pattern echoed in legends and folklore across every civilization: the hermit, the sage, the recluse who lives apart, who withdraws from the noise of the world, who uncovers truth in silence. That figure is not a failure. This figure is not someone who failed to survive in the world of people. You see, we exist in an age where individuals are drowning in endless stimulation. Everyone is perpetually reachable, constantly online, and always responding to the expectations of others. The phone buzzes, notifications overflow, responsibilities multiply. That part of you that hesitates to welcome guests isn't being stubborn. It's answering an old instinct. It's walking a road that turns inward, not outward. It's heeding a whisper that says, be still, be silent, be alone. Because only in that quiet can you finally hear what your soul has been yearning to tell you. Now, I'm not suggesting you transform into a total hermit. I'm not advising you to abandon all human contact and retreat into isolation. Balance is essential. Connection is beautiful. Relationships hold meaning. But what I am saying is this: your longing for solitude is not an illness that needs treatment. Your hesitation toward guests is not a defect of character. Your wish to guard your own space isn't selfishness, it's wisdom. You see, we inhabit an era where people are drowning in endless stimulation. Everyone remains plugged in, always reachable, continuously reacting to the world's constant demands. The phone chimes, messages stack up, commitments multiply, and people wonder why they feel drained, distracted, disoriented. They've forgotten how to simply sit with themselves. They've forgotten that the spirit requires stillness, the same way the body requires rest. When you feel that pull to close your door, when you choose a night of quiet instead of conversation, you're not turning away from life,
You're embracing it. You're declaring that your inner universe matters, that your peace matters, that your vitality matters. You're proclaiming that you refuse to sacrifice yourself at the altar of endless social approval. And that, my friend, is an act of bravery, because the world will insist you're mistaken. Your family might label you difficult, your friends may call you distant or antisocial. But deep inside, in that raw and honest corner of your being, you already know the truth. You know that when you're alone, you're the most authentic version of yourself. You know that silence feels like returning home. You know that solitude isn't emptiness, it's abundance. The people who drain your energy with their visits, who tire you with their constant presence, who make you perform even within your own walls, they're not villains. They're simply tuned to another frequency. They're